Hello and welcome back to Sam's on Wrestling, and it is the rather one-sided saga of the prediction championships, but that all changes today. I am Baby Sam, and I'm joined by Elder Sam.
Who cares, Sam?
Oh no,
Who cares?
Sam, I just said to you before we started recording, I would have looked up the storylines going into this show if there was any. There's nothing.
Sam, I have too many things. So first of all, even I have not been watching Raw and SmackDown the last couple of weeks because there's nothing to watch. We're in October, which is literally when WWE goes on to downtime. And by the way, when people go, Triple H went into downtime when he was in his good years. There was nothing happening then either. There was nothing happening under Vince McMahon. These are the downtime. But this is so less downtime that they're fighting over a title where this one is more prestigious.
It
And when I
really
say
is.
fighting over a title, I don't even know if they are fighting over a title because it was a title invented in Saudi Arabia to be for the Saudi government. And I think they're fighting over a power ring. I think we're fighting over what is usually a prize in a box of cereal from 1994.
Basically,
Why are
it's
we
a
doing?
glorified game show, Sam. It's awful. I'm surprised you're not watching. I am literally. I have to confess, at the moment, it's like 2014 or 13 for me. It's like I'm back out the loop, which is astonishing. The only reason I said we keep up with it is for prediction videos. That is completely hot on my chest. Back
At
in
least
Mania
you,
season, hopefully I'll be back again properly.
at least you said 2013-14 when it was more boring
Hmm.
rather than it was because it's just been that. It's been a bit more boring, a bit repetitive. It's not been bad. Let's make this clear. WWE on TV has not been bad. You're not watching
Hmm.
going, oh, this is an awful idea. It's just been the same shtick, particularly Raw, over and over and over again. And it's just getting a little bit tiresome. I think they needed to do something. They failed at WrestlePalooza to make an impact. And now we're doing this Crown Jewel thing, which no one cares about. They don't care about it. We'll talk about it with one particular match. They clearly don't care about it. And it's very hard to really be into it. However, seeing as I have now not only retained this again, which means this is not for the title, you still need to win to get a shot at it. You ridiculed me so much for being a paper champion, for Rey Mysterioing it. I have now gone 12 out of 12 on predictions in the last 12 matches.
And in the last matches.
Literally, not pay-per-view, but literally the last two shows I've got 5 out of 5, and I got the last two at SummerSlam. So I've literally, for the last 12 matches predictions, 12 out of 12.
That makes me feel better though, because literally then that means all my predictions were pointless because
Yeah,
all I could have done was drawn anyway. So
yeah.
it actually kind of makes me feel better about my misdemeanors.
That's good. So before we get into the predictions for Crown Jewel, and remind you this is not for the title, I just wanted to remind you, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel, as well as check out everyone at the Main Event Wrestling community that we have on the network, the Main Event Wrestling Network, where we are proud members, and they're doing some absolutely great stuff. You might even see us pop up over the course of the next couple of months. But let's get in to the predictions for Crown Jewel. Match number one, we're going to kick off with Sam. It is Rhea Bloody Ripley and Io Sky versus the Kabuki Warriors. Sam, this is the only match on the entire card that has any semblance of an actual story. Where are we going?
Well, we just know it's ultimately it's not advertised as a stipulation match, but it's essentially let's get Rhea Ripley on the card match. So therefore, Rhea Ripley and Io Sky are going to win because that's the simple and basic thing to do. Ergo, it will happen. The reason I've been losing, Sam, part in the last two pay-per-views, annoyingly because of your semi-brilliance, but mostly throughout this year, it's been because I have tried to be interesting, and that has been my greatest mistake because WWE just haven't been. So these predictions today are going to be the least interesting thing possible, really selling it to the viewers. Keep watching, guys. These are going to be some really off-the-wall predictions from me. Yeah, Rhea's gonna win, and Io's gonna be there as well.
It was in the room. Yeah,
Yep.
this is for me the only one that I think is difficult to predict. I think the other four probably are quite simple. Because this one is you've got a newly healed Asuka and technically Kairi Sane. I'm still not convinced it's heel. But it's Rhea in Australia. So you just go, well, Rhea's going to win in Australia, but at the same time, the Kabuki Warriors need to win, unless this is the end of this feud. They just win and move on to take on each other. I don't know what the plan for the women at Survivor Series is right now. If it was me personally, I would do WWE versus NXT. That's what I would do personally at War Games. So I have no idea what the plan is. So I'm going to take a risk as champion to try and keep it going. Yeah, this is the only one I was like, do you know what? Bugger it. Let's hope they actually, push a heel, which they don't do. Baby faces win everything.
Sam.
So I am actually going to stupidly go with the Kabuki Warriors because it makes the most sense in a logical booking thing. If you just ignore the fact that Rhea Ripley is in Australia, you ignore the fact that Io Sky very rarely loses, and you go completely against defied logic and go with what is normal wrestling logic. I'm going with the Kabuki Warriors. So. Match number 2, it's Roman Reigns versus Bronson Reed in an Australian street fight. They're going to go at it. He's angry. He's so angry at Bronson Reed. He's a big fella. Oh, he's angry.
It's one of your favourite things. It's a new title to a street fight, Sam. You love this.
Oh, it's totally not got in a lockbox at all, has it? Different names. Very recently, you haven't checked out our lockbox episode about different branding of WWE street fights. Here's another one. The question is, Sam, right? Is this going to be an Australian street fight in this realms of the fact that they're having a street fight in Australia, or are they going to have some Australian toys? I'm going to assume Drew McIntyre, Damian Priest.
I want a koala and just hit Roman Reigns with a full koala, or a boomerang, but then Roman ducks and then just hits Bronson in the face. Roman spear. That's the finish. Bang.
I have never wanted a match to end with boomerang more than I do.
Be incredible.
So Roman Reigns?
Oh, Roman Reigns, even though it's completely illogical and you need to push Bronson, Roman doesn't need the win, it's in Bronson's hometown. Never mind, Roman Reigns.
I look at this match and go, did we do this? Did we do this match? Didn't it end clean? We just did this one. Why not take on Bron? Why not have Bron Breakker at the last one and have Bronson Reed at this one? Why is Bron Breakker not getting the Roman Reigns match?
They're probably saving Roman and Braun for later, but this is the problem. They have to save everything. Like, how long have they been holding onto Cody and Randy? And they hold on to it. And then by the time you get to it, it's really cold. People aren't excited for it anymore. And then they do it for a million years, like Seth and Punk.
Literally, Bron Breakker speared him the night after WrestleMania, and we still haven't had a one-on-one match between the two of them.
Come on.
Insane. But yeah, you don't go against Roman Reigns. Very much you don't do it. Match number 3, it's the let's not bother building this, and apparently this was for the fans, even though we already knew this was going to happen, and the fans making it seem like they were the ones who got this match to happen, even though it's clearly on the cards the entire time. It is John Cena in the kind of floundering, going nowhere retirement tour versus AJ Styles, who also is floundering and going nowhere in what I think is probably also his retirement tour. Sam, John Cena, AJ Styles.
I shouldn't be sad about this match. I should be really excited, Sam. Look, obviously I've gone Cena, right? Yeah. I'm assuming you have as well.
I have too, yes.
It's the obvious result. But we're missing the point of what made Cena and Styles special when it was in its pomp. They had amazing storylines and builds behind those matches. And they had the amazing matches. And it meant something because it was about making Styles, or in the Rumble, it was about Cena getting number 17. And then it all went a bit weird from there. But still, in terms of the match, that was the build and it was great. Why are we getting absolutely zero build? How have we had no room, seemingly, to build a proper Styles and Cena match on this tour? It's really sad.
Could Cena not have recorded anything? Do you remember when The Rock was recording things on his phone? Do you remember that?
Well, Sam, even better than that, because I was literally thinking this morning before we recorded this. Why didn't they just have Cena, when he showed up to do tapings and showed up to do a show, after he goes out or before, just have him do a little interview with Michael Cole or something, or do a segment in the arena and then show it the next week?
I know.
It's that simple, but I've given up on it. It really hurts me to say I've given up on it. I hope it's a good match. I hope we get a bit of nostalgia from it, but it just seems a bit empty.
I think, Sam, we have to agree at this point. I don't know when or how or where we're going to record it, but I think we officially need to do a round table discussion at the end of John Cena's retirement tour. We might do it in the new year, beginning of January. We might talk about John Cena's retirement tour because it's been a bit of a letdown. We might even fantasy book it. We might even do a fantasy book episode. Fantasy book what you would have done. One. Yeah, we'll do that as well. We might do a little bit of fun because, quite frankly, this has been a disappointment. What do you? We'll go and see that question. Who do you think Cena's last opponent's going to be? Because there's only 4 days left. One of them is Survivor Series.
If I had to guess, maybe they'll bring Gunther back. Maybe
Gunther's my guess. I've got this worrying feeling, Sam, that because we've only got 4 nights, one of them being the match itself, one of them being Survivor Series, so that needs to be involved. That there's not going to be a story for this one. I think that right now that they're going to do, I think even worse. I reckon they'll do a tournament. I reckon they'll do a tournament to see who faces Cena in his last match. I reckon it'll be a nothing nonsense thing. It's going nowhere, and I don't know why we're ending Cena's whole thing on a damp squib. I think it's really strange. He's just going to put over somebody, and go away rather than it meaning something. So sadly, but at least we get Cena AJ, and hopefully they have some great chemistry, and we actually have an entertaining match, kind of very similar to Cena versus Logan Paul. That was one of the matches of the year. So hopefully Cena can keep putting on great matches.
That's right. Yeah, I know. And I actually, before doing this, I looked up how much people are paying to go to this event. There's 5 matches, Sam. The cheapest ticket, $650.
Yeah.
And this match is going to have to do some heavy lifting to try and get them a hint of their money's worth. Because
do you know what? I have no empathy. You've been rubbish. Why are you paying $650? That's your own problem.
Because they're in Australia and they're going, oh, we never see it. But like,
who cares? When WrestleMania eventually comes to the UK, Sam, if I'm not going, I'm not going to be a sycophant who will pay through the nose just to go, I was there. I don't care. I've got Netflix. For the crown jewel of the women's division, it is Stephanie. People have a go at me for saying Vacour because I like saying Vacour. Stephanie Vaquer versus Tiffany Stratton for the women's crown jewel championship. Sam, why should we give enough minutes for this one when they haven't even bothered giving it minutes on TV? If they want us to make us feel like the crown jewel championship matters, they really haven't sold it for this women's one, have they?
No, they don't care. We don't care. I'm so delighted it's all happening. All I'm going to say is I don't care. I'm going with Vacour because she's a new champion. You need to kind of solidify her as a main eventer, and Tiff's been there a while, and that's literally all I have to comment. Other than that, if you want me to make any more comments, I can talk to you about cheese or.
Oh, I do like cheese. Maybe this is what you're doing is you are announcing the return of Brie Bella. That's what you're doing.
Oh my God, no. How have you also been in this, Sam? No.
This match, I assume, will be good. I mean, Tiffany isn't brilliant when she's in with someone who is, like, I know Steph is experienced, but if you could, like, she's not as experienced as someone, like, who can carry Tiff. Tiff does need carrying a little bit. I don't think people realise that she does. So I'm hoping they have a good match. But quite frankly, who gives a flying rat's ass?
And none of this will be mentioned on Raw the next night, or maybe in like passing. So it's essentially just bragging rights in a different country.
I literally was going to mention this for the last one, for the last match. But like last year, Cody and Liv won. They kind of vaguely mentioned it on Raw the next night, vaguely. And then that was it. And you're like, this is why heels are meant to win this thing. Like, if you have a heel win it, they then should bang on about they are the champion of the champions and stuff like that. But they don't even use it for storyline purposes. It's just a nonsense. How is it going to help Steph beating under the champion? It'll hurt Tiff. Steph gets a win. It means nothing. And speaking of meaning nothing, the main event, it is Cody Rhodes versus Seth Rollins for the Crown Jewel Men's Division Championship belt, not belt. It's going to be a power ring. Sam, take away the crown jewelness for a second here.
Sure.
Cody Seth is interesting. Cody Seth is a WrestleMania main event because the story is there. Because of Seth being the Shield, Seth can't beat Cody since his return. He's 3-0. I think me and you are probably going to go to the same result, but I'm not going to reveal it yet. But like, this should mean more than being almost on a throwaway. And they're trying to make a story out of it. Cody and Seth did a decent promo exchange a couple of weeks ago on Raw that was really good. Seth kind of tried to attack Cody on SmackDown. And Paul Heyman's has obviously come out and gone, this week on Raw, you should win, because why would I go with you if you don't win? So they're trying to put some intrigue into this match. But I just don't care. And if you make me don't care about Cody versus Seth, what's happened?
Couldn't have put it better myself, Sam. I really couldn't, because yes, this match has a lot of story and heritage behind it that should be a big moment. Instead, it's been relegated to something that, as we talked about, we've been trained not to care about. It's not as if like we take beside the fact that it's a Saudi thing, and I instinctively don't care about anything that's Saudi and don't really want much to do with it. And so I didn't like Punk and Cena being there. But you have, through your own booking, trained us to not care about this because you're not going to bring it and mention it. It's not going to matter. So we have been trained as an audience not to care about this. So therefore, you're training us to not care about Cody versus Seth, which should be a huge match, but it's going to be so inconsequential. And that is the word of this pay-per-view. It shouldn't be called Crown Jewel. It's inconsequential. It will not matter. It'll be one of those in 10, 15 years. Yeah, in 10, 15 years, Sam, you're happy with yourself there. In 10, 15... In 10, 15 years, Sam, we'll do a power rankings on this and go, oh yeah, this show happened. It's one of those shows. It's literally that. And it's a damn shame. It's a real shame. I've gone Cody because it's simple, it's basic, and because the logical booking would be to have Seth win to build him up as a heel so you can brag about him. But I think they'll want to end the show all happy, celebration, Cody won, because that's what they do all the time. So I've gone Cody. Have you gone Seth?
Thankfully, they've given it a little bit of intrigue into this predictions at the very least, because I am going Seth Rollins. I think Heyman's thing, weirdly, is a double, treble, quadruple bluff, making you think that Cody wins, so there's a stripe in the vision. But no, Seth has barely won a thing since becoming champion. He won the Fatal 4-Way with Becky helping, and then he lost to Punk and AJ. And Punk? AJ? Punk? AJ?
John?
Punk, could you not have turned up on a Raw? Could you not have mentioned something? Anything? We're going to do Becky, AJ? No? All right, let's not bother with that then. Whatever. I think Seth wins this, which I don't want to. I want Cody to win. I will be supporting Cody because I'm a big fan of the storyline of I can't beat this person. I'm a massive fan of that because eventually it does make the win really important, but I think they're going to throw it away here. I want to back Cody. I don't trust it. I'm going to go with Seth, so at least there's some intrigue there for this match. Again, I expect it to be a good match, but I don't expect it to end clean. I think it's going to be a complete cluster right at the end. It's going to be a complete mess, and either Cody gets a snatch win because people get involved and help to even the odds leading to the Survivor Series match, or Seth Rollins wins leading to people banding together to go for the Survivor Series match. It is literally one or the other, isn't it? It's one or the other. But there we go.
Yeah. Now, Sam, what you said completely makes sense, and that's why it's wrong. You have to learn these things, Sam. That's the problem.
What do I need to learn? And those are our Crown Jewel, inconsequential predictions for Crown Jewel. This is not for the title because Sam can't beat me at the moment. You've got to win 2 in a row to win this championship, which means if Sam is going to take this title in 2025, he's got to do one of two things. He has to win this and then beat me at Survivor Series, or he has got to hope that the Sam's on Wrestling 2025 predictions video has panned out in his favor. We have already forgotten all our predictions.
No,
all
Sam,
of them.
I'll tell you exactly what's going to happen, Sam. I'm going to win this. I'm going to win at Survivor Series. It'll be this huge run. I'll finally win, and then you'll just rob it off me for something you did a year ago, and I'll just lose it straight away. Like Randy Orton World Heavyweight title reign.
I so hope this is Daniel Bryan from Night of Champions. Just to remind you, it's our first announcement. It is October. I just want to know, but we will be back with our Christmas week at the end of the year. So if you do like watching lots of wrestling and you like to get involved with wrestling over the Christmas period, you get bored with your family, the in-laws, or your own, or whatever, come and check us out. We'll be there every day, Christmas Eve all the way to New Year's Eve, with many videos mainly based about WWE for the last year. But we've also got a power rankings on a very famous wrestler we will both be doing. And also, please, again, don't forget to check out the Main Event Wrestling Network. They're doing some incredible work over there. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. We are 1 year old. We're out of nappies in wrestling YouTube terms. We are here, still going. We've not fallen out yet. He's not living in his car because I've kicked him out. He is. We're still going strong. Please don't forget to check us out on TikTok as well, where I go live a couple times a week, where you can take me on in my wrestling knowledge. It's a challenge Sam on his WWE knowledge. You won't see him. He hates TikTok. But
I also hate taking you on at wrestling stuff. I do it all the time. It never goes well.
Hey, season 1 of Sam vs. Sam is coming to an end. You can start fresh next year. In the new, we're going to be in a new setup soon. That'll be the thing. We'll have a new little place for us to be recording. Around about December time, we'll have some new videos for us. But thank you very much for joining us. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And will Sam get a shot at this at Survivor Series? We've got 2 different predictions. Seth Rollins and the Kabuki Warriors. They're the ones to keep an eye on. And thank you very much for joining us. And we will see you next time. Bye-bye.